What's up, guys? In today's episode, I go over my new Marshall JCM 2000 DSL dual super lead head. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Louie Torres, and happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesdays. So of course I'm gonna have to get some tacos, which I don't have at the moment, but I just realized that I have a bottle of tequila right here. So why not just hit some tequila until I order the tacos, right? Little Patron, what is this? Reposado Añejo. What? I mean, you take the tequila that you have, right? Oh. Coño. Anyway, so, huge shout out to Eyes of Perdition. Repping, I ended up just getting this hat the other day, so I'm super psyched. I'll put a link below to their Facebook account. That way you guys can follow them also. I ordered a t-shirt from them as well, so that should be here, I think today or tomorrow, so super excited about that. Also, in the next few days, I think tomorrow or Thursday, I ordered an LTD, and of course, this is just to compare everything with. So I ended up getting an LTD KH602. So I bumped into one of my neighbors where the son and the father, Joe and Quentin, both play guitar. So turns out that his son, Joe's son, has an LTD KH602, which I've always wanted, but I have an ESP KH2. But of course, once I ended up getting the LTD JH600, I was just like, wow, this guitar is absolutely incredible. So I picked up a KH602, so that should be here in a few days. And of course, my neighbors are the reason why I am getting it. Meanwhile, we were talking about that, how, you run into a guitar and you're just like, must have in my collection. So stay tuned for that video also. So, you guys, if you follow my YouTube channel, then you know about a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half, give or take a bit, I was lucky enough to run into a Legator Ninja N60D. And of course, dude, you look at these Legators and the tops are absolutely gorgeous. It just looks incredible. When I got it, I just didn't jive with it. I made a video with it where I was just like, kind of, and listen, biased opinion, because of course I'm so used to my ESPs, which weigh 13 pounds. They're heavy because they're all customs for the most part. I ended up getting, I had a bunch of standards, and once I bought my first custom, I swapped out and sold all of my standards because they're all bolt-on necks, and switched over to all these newer neck-through bodies. They're just naturally heavier. They feel solid. So I've always tried to figure out what to do with my Legator, and that day came to a head yesterday when I was lucky enough to be able to trade the Legator guitar for my new-to-me Marshall JCM 2000 DSL. And, and of course, that's my TSL right there, which is the triple super lead. I now have the dual super lead. So when I ended up getting the TSL, I absolutely loved it, and quickly realized that it's different than my JCM 800. It just didn't have that throaty kind of tone that, that you, for the most part, look for, that my JCM 800 has, which is 30 years old. So I remember just thinking that it felt a little tinny, a little light, but had always read about all of these musicians that have used and prefer the DSL because apparently it's voiced differently. And of course, you sit back and you're like, come on, bro, it's a TSL and a DSL. How much different can they possibly be? And that's been my mindset for years until I realized, you know what? There's a DSL. Let me see if I can bring my Legator and trade it in, and it panned out. So now I have the DSL, and it is mind-blowing. It is absolutely incredible. Whenever you've read anywhere, online, in a magazine, where they have stated that the DSL is voiced differently and it's just throatier and thicker and fuller sounding, it is 1000% true, because once I played it, I was instantly floored. It sounds nothing like my TSL. And don't get me wrong, again, the Marshall TSL is great if you get it for a great price, and if you have a 6-band EQ, hopefully you have a 10-band EQ, like the MXR, then you're going to be fine. But then you'll still need an overdrive pedal, and you just cut back the gain, and that's basically what I did with the DSL, and it is incredibly ridiculous. It's without question. And listen, I have a mountain of Marshalls. I have Marshall cabinets. I think it's like 8 Marshall 4x12s. So I love my Marshall gear, and the DSL, without question, is by far my all-time favorite Marshall head that I've ever used in my entire life. And I have a JCM 800 that I love. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship, right? But that's where I am now with the Marshall DSL. So if you've ever considered a DSL, yo, they're like $700. Yo, that's a steal. That is a steal. I'm telling you now, and look how many PVs I have. Not including my 2 EVHs. I have a 6505 plus, 6505 plus, 6505, 5150, and where the heck is my other, where's my other one? Oh, right here. And another 6505 plus. So I have a bunch of PVs. Yo, for the price of what the PV 5150 and 6505s are going for, which are north of 800, 900. If you're kind of cuckoo and there aren't many on up for sale, then you're going to see them for 1,000 to 1,100. Yo, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. It's a great amp. The PVs, they were better when they were 4 and 5, 550. Now that Eddie Van Halen passed, the prices have gone through the roof. But keep in mind, they sold hundreds of thousands of them globally. So there's plenty of them out there. But if you're looking for something that's going to cost you less money and sound better, yes, completely better, is the Marshall JCM 2000 DSL, regardless of it's the 50 or the 100 watt. So I'm going to be using the same mic that I'm using for my voice that I'll just use as a room mic, so you can hear exactly what it really sounds like. So don't complain to me and be like, I can hear you're picking. Shut it, jerk. Shut it. I don't want to hear it. I'm telling you now that that you're going to hear it. So I am using my 1991 ESP M2 Custom neck through body. And this has the Seymour Duncan Nazgul in the bridge. And it is ridiculous. Okay, boys and girls, so there you have it. And listen, I said a lot, you know, it's for the price, and it looks like they range for the most part on the low end. You're gonna find them for $700. Just dicker with them, so that way you can probably get it for $650, $625 in that ballpark. If they don't want to budge, like legit, $700 is still absolutely incredible for an amp that I kind of feel that they're just underrated, you know. And it's funny, so I ended up posting a photo, and lots of guys are just like, dude, that amp is so underrated. But when you Google to see which artists are using the DSL, like it'll stem from Gary Holt from Slayer to the guitarist from Hatebreed. Like, it's literally these big wig guitarists that are using it and prefer it over the TSL, the JCM 800, or any variant from there, along with, you know, Mesas and Peavies. So if you guys are looking for an amp that you're going to love for years, that again, I can't stress is just full and just has that throaty sound that you're going for, then check out the Marshall JCM 2000 DSL, which is the dual super lead, which is different than the newer DSLs, which are made in China, and from my understanding, they have kind of issues every once in a while, depending on when you actually bought it, because there were some serial heads that you have to monitor the years that they were made, because apparently some had, you know, some issues. So again, just look at the serial numbers and figure out whether you're going to get one of those or not, especially in the used market. So guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the absolute best. I have a bunch of other things that are just coming in, from pedals to, of course, that guitar. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button, jerk face. Stop messing around. And again, thank you so much for, you know, letting me reach 1 million views. We're already at 1,000,001 or 1.1 million, which is crazy. I'm already 100,000 into the 1 million mark, which at this point, I think I would end up reaching 2 million a lot sooner than I did the first million, which took years to do. So, what? What did you just say? What? Take another shot of tequila? That is the best idea I've heard all day. Except that I have to then eat something after, because it's noon now. Guys, I love you, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.